Planet Gliss and Live Hope are live with you every day to help the peoples in need. We're helping healthcare workers and all the native tribes around the world. So please go donate to www.planetgliss.com and to www.livehopefestival.com. Today we have a special guest from Italy. I'm happy to introduce Italian director Luca Vullo. Hi,
Hello,
Luca.
hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, it's good, it's good. I had before maybe we had all together fantastic moments, but right now it's okay. We can deserve more, of course.
Where are you at the moment? You said Varese, which is in the north of Italy, is Lombardia, right?
Yes, yes, I'm here from 3 months right now, and I'm of course in lockdown because I was here just because there is my girlfriend.
So yes, tell us your story. What happened? Where are you originally from, and what are you
Yes,
doing there?
yes, because I'm from Sicily in the south of Italy, and I live in London. I'm resident in London, but because the love. Because Italians are very passionate people. And my girlfriend stay here, and she lives here in Varese from several years. And I was here just to stay with her just a bit. But the virus arrived in our lives, and the government decided to lock down Lombardy in the first and after all our country. And for me, it was a shock because all my calendar of events previously, prepared with my sister Eliana for several months, was completely cancelled. And then was like in the beginning was a very strong shock for the business and also for the health, because here it was a very bomb in the beginning, and until now is the region more damaged from the virus. And then my thinking was like what I can do right now, because I can go to have shows around with people, of course, because all
Tell
theaters
us
are
a
closed.
bit about your background, your career.
Yeah.
How did you get into directing?
Yes, in the beginning, I was like just starting with documentaries, because I love to tell stories, and documentaries. The documentary is the best way to tell a private experience in life and to share with people. And personally, I don't want to stop until I leave to do documentary, to film documentary. But after that, I started to work in communication, because after a movie called The Voice of the Body, about the Italian gestures, because Italians, we are very special in body language. And I realized this documentary to explain why we are like that, why we are so special in no-verbal communication. Exactly.
Why, right?
All
Why?
over all over around the world, they take joke of us about this, but there are a lot of meanings of this gesture, and of course reasons. And because our dominations that we had, historical reasons and many others. And then after that, I moved to London, and there I realized how important was my research, because the Londoners and English people and people from all over the world started to think, wow, it's amazing that you are explaining us how Italian use their body, and why also. And of course, it's possible to learn. Then I started to teach, working with the National Theatre in London for a masterpiece for me, like is a Liola of Pirandello. And I was a coach for the actors on stage about Sicilian body language. Then this is my beginning, work, my first work in this field. And after that, the BBC called me to be a consultant for a TV program about nonverbal communication for deaf people. And after that, the universities started to call me to have my presence of like my workshop to teach to the students, Italian students or people that are studying Italian at the university, to learn why it's so important to know the Italian gestures to understand Italians.
Because it's part of the culture and you're teaching worldwide, right?
Exactly. Then I started to teach worldwide this field and this matter. And after that, the people started to ask me, "What, Luca? Let's try to have a show on theater about that because you are so funny. It works." And I started properly in the US. I started to try in small, clubs to try if it works or not with the audience, like stand up, a sort of stand up comedy, and it works. And then I thought maybe it's impossible to do a one-man show. And I started to going around the world with my personal one-man show about Italian gestures. And after that, I decided to create a complete show with my mom. Because my mom is the guru of my emotional intelligence. And she is fantastic in this way. And now we are going around, I hope very soon again, to do this work and to hug people, because part of the emotional intelligence of our culture, in particular if you are from the South, is that we love human contact. Italian, we are too much. We touch people, we kiss, we are very physical, no? And for us is a way to express ourselves, but also to give love, to give passion, to give positive vibrations. And that's what we are doing this with Mama Angela, Gabriele, and of course my sister is always in the background helping us. And after that, I started to work in a communication for companies or corporates, and to help them in the nonverbal communication, in the teamwork, team building and coaching, and everything related like that. And now I'm a professional former for the university in Padova. Is a project to teach to teachers how they can use their body in the schools, in the universities around. And
but you also worked on other documentaries, right?
Oh yes, yes. You are right, because in my quarantine, I was like in down, very down. I was down emotionally, and I thought maybe I can't acting, I can't do art with people, but I can use the other part of me. I can realize a documentary to tell what we are experiencing right now during the pandemia, right? And that's why I realized Red Zones, the first serious TV series in Italy about the effects of the pandemia to our lives, our psychological conditions and emotions and the society. And that started in this house, in this room, exactly in this room, and was fantastic because with a laptop and an hard drive and a good idea, I called my friend in London, Emanuele Galloni, is my co-producer, to start together this amazing project. And I mean, everything we can believe we can do, even if we are in a difficulties, even if you are in quarantine, even if you are in Lombardy during the chaos. We did a fantastic job with a lot of professionals around Italy and around the world, because we have a lot of um, helps help from people around the world. Oh my God, it's very hot.
Amazing. And tell us, how was the situation? I mean, you were in the red zone. So, how was the situation while you were there? And then we will get to the documentary. But I want people to understand what happened in Lombardy, in Italy, with the most hit region in phase one. And then you just finished in the phase two. And now you're starting phase three.
Yeah, it was hard for me because here it was a bomb, a real bomb, and people realized immediately that the virus was very dangerous and contagious. And in the beginning, the atmosphere was in the South Italy. They were just listening about that, but here we were living from 3 weeks already all the effects of the virus, and psychological was a very strong trauma, and also because if you think is an invisible enemy. That's why it's so strange to defend yourself. It's so difficult to defend other people. You can see then where is everyone could be the your lethal killer, and that's a strange condition for a society. Our society, they love to stay together, we love to socialize. I mean, to stay in a public space, to have aperitivo all together, and but in this condition was like we can't hug, we need a distance between people, and it was very hard to us to understand it. Even now we are in a very new level, new stage, but of course the virus is still there, is out of the door, and I mean we need to keep more responsibility, and also to think that we stayed at home for a lot of time, and
And you
now
don't want all of this to get wasted, right?
exactly, you know what I mean? Like it was a
Though
very
for the planet, because the planet kind of got back, nature got back to its glory. And now
yeah,
I see masks on the floor, gloves on the floor. It's like
exactly,
you need to be more conscious, and
yes.
also, helping ourselves, keeping protecting ourselves. So tell me what happened with phase two, and now what is expected for phase three.
Okay, phase two was like let's start to go out, but with a mask, with the distance, with just for necessary things, and in the same region. Okay, and they start to with works again, the principle. I mean, primary works in the society. I mean, no shops, and just started with the bars and restaurant, and after next week maybe we have the open the free open for everything. I mean, all the shops, everything. Now we are in the phase 3, where I can go in Sicily if I want. I don't need a special permit to go there, but they control, maybe they control in the station or airport my health, my situation, just to be sure that I'm not contagious. But honestly, I think this kind of there is also, you can see maybe if you have watched some news in Italy, a lot of chaos right now. There are people, they are protesting in the street because the freedom, they want to back in the freedom, and it was so dangerous for the economy also, because 2 months closed, of course, is dangerous for all the shops, restaurant, bars, and tourism, and all many other works, of course, artists, show business and whatever, theaters. But in the meantime, I think if we want to have a result of that, if we want to just see a light in front of this disaster, I mean, we need to sacrifice ourselves. And we are doing all together, of course, because even my business is affected, and all our businesses are affected. Maybe there are businesses that are going up in this situation.
I feel that Italy is ahead of what's happening in other countries. So it's nice to hear what's happening right now and how they dealt with the situation.
Yes, you are right, because now we are watching what's happening in other countries, what we had in the first step. And it was very sad, like in Brazil or in other countries, even in the US. It's very, very dangerous. And I mean, it's so powerful and so sad. But nobody understand in the beginning the lesson that we had in Italy. And that's, for me, is so strange, so weird. And we are telling this even in our docuserie, because I think why, if something is happened in Italy and in China, can't happen in your country? In particular, a virus like is like transmitted very easily, and then maybe there wasn't a real preparation from the institutions, from the or we didn't take care of this particular moment of our world. But I think, of course, now in Italy we are opening our windows, hoping finally to back in the normality. But I don't think the normality is real. We don't back in the same situation. I mean, we are going in a new era, not in the back in the normality. We can't, in my personal opinion, we can't back.
We need to go forward, I say.
We are going over in another dimension, another era, and we need to take advantage from this disaster to be better, to do better.
I agree with you. To be better, to protect our planet, to improve, to raise our consciousness.
Yes, because I don't want to be. I don't want to talk about politics or other things in this way. For me, it's so important that the message that we receive, all of us personally. I start to think a lot about my life, my loves, my passions, my time, and what I'm doing for the planet, for real, and for the other people. And that's, I think, is important to back in the solidarity, to back in the humanity. I mean, and
Yeah.
right now you are living in your country at the moment a very strange moment. I mean, because
And let's get to the idea that gave you the documentary. You worked, so you said that this documentary in Italy about hand gesture, and I know you also did a documentary about Italian immigration to England. Is that correct?
right? Influx, yes, it
Influx.
was released in Netflix for 2 years.
And now about the red zones. Tell
Yeah.
us. Actually, shall we watch the trailer first?
Yes, let's do it.
Come te lo immagini questo coronavirus?
Me lo immagino senza ossa, senza nucleo.
Purtroppo le pandemie non sono una storia del passato, sono anzi probabili in un mondo globale.
Nel reparto Covid anche la morte è diversa. Sotto il casco non si sente quasi niente, ma poi che cosa ho da dire io? Io sono qua, chi sono io? Un perfetto estraneo.
C'è un detto che dice che la guerra fa emergere gli eroi e i codardi.
Guardi, professoressa, io con la mia famiglia ho ritrovato finalmente il senso della mia vita. E chi mi dice, professoressa, questo tempo per me è significato la distruzione delle relazioni, non ho più nulla da dire alla persona che mi vive a fianco, mi sono riscoperto un estraneo per i miei figli. Cioè c'è tutto e tutto il suo contrario.
Come te lo immagini questo coronavirus?
Luca,
Of the first.
interessante, parliamone. Come ti è venuta l'idea? Oh, sorry. I went straight into Italian. I
No
was
problem.
very impressed. So let's talk about it and how you had the idea and how you shot it.
Yeah, the idea was like to because the news were very stressful and so sad and very like in a sort of military information, like a lot of deaths every day, numbers and fear and a lot of info like that. And in my personal opinion, the most important thing were but how we are feeling that the people, the families, the kids, all the ages, how we are fighting that, how we are feeling exactly. And that's my style. Usually my first works are like I prefer to ask people to be honest and to speak directly in the camera without me, my presence, and also to confess their thoughts, their emotions, and that was what was I do. What I did. I asked to people to tell their stories around Italy before, because we have 4 episodes. Like the first is about Italy. It's called Italy. The second one is humanity, is related to kids and children and kids. The third one is about is more opening to the second phase, the second stage where we are, like a sort of in a balance between openness and back to the darkness, and light and dark, in this way. And the fourth is about work, future, and the economy, how we are going in front of this, with different levels, different kind of people, different kind of is a choral narrative where a lot of people are saying what they think, and also it's a sort of patchwork, emotional patchwork.
So you kind of documented the whole journey of Italy since it started, as personally from you being in Lombardy, but also with this documentary, interviewing people in Italy. What did you learn? What did you get from this experience?
I learned a lot of things. First of all, how unexpected it was for all of us, and how it's changing our point of view in life, and how differently we are absorbing this this experience in our life. Kids, me, a woman, completely different. Is different where different job, different region, different place in the world. Because in our episodes there are people from all over the world, even from the US, from LA. There are people from other parts of the world. But
it's not just about Italy.
And not just Italy, even people from other nationalities, and just to have an idea what they are, how the countries are fighting with the virus. Completely different approach. Even here in front of us, the Svizzera. La Svizzera, they are open all time. No lockdown, nothing. They are continuously.
In each country there was something different.
Yeah. Every place different approach. Even in London,
But don't you feel that this virus and this pandemic brought people together worldwide? And I hope that even after, when the situation got better, we don't lose that sense of we are all in this together. We have to stick together.
This is my hope, but honestly, I'm not sure that it's happened for real. I want to be honest with myself. I'm positive in a way. Optimist is better now. I'm optimist in all my life, but honestly, you can see around the world what is happening, and it is completely different than peace and love. You know what I mean? And that a message from the people, then there is something wrong, very wrong in our societies. Then
we need to change things, and that's why I feel artists especially needs to get together to inspire people to become a better version of themselves, to raise their consciousness, to spread kindness. And this is the message that Planet Gliese and Live Hope wants to share in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Totally agree. And I mean, we are bringing this message, and we need to spread it around the world to all people that we know. And also with the art, we can give a lot to other people with our art.
Yes.
Movie, playing, acting.
So what was the final message that you wanted to give with your documentary?
I mean, there are a lot of messages, not just one. I think is limited. But if I think just one, be human. Be human. Human to me is a complete word. It's not just be human in terms of human rights, but be human in general. Human. A human in the world. And it means a lot. How you act with the planet, how you do act with the people, how you do act with yourself, spiritually. Yeah. I mean, virus is just a tool in front of us, like another one. others we have in the history, but it's just an opportunity.
To get better.
Yeah.
And Luca, do we want to remind everyone why we're here today?
Why?
Yes.
Why?
What are
Because
we doing
because we have a special mission. You can see in this screen, donate, is a simple word. Donate now, planetglees.com and livehopefestival.com, because it's so important to help. You can explain better than me what you are doing with them and what we can do for you and for them.
Yes, we are helping. We are coming live every day, not only to bring joy and positivity and inspire people to get better and to feel that they're not alone, but we are all in this together, bringing people from around the world telling their stories, and to help doctors and nurses from around the world to receive their necessary protective gear, because there are still a shortage. Doctors are still using their old masks, so we need to help them. And also there are native tribes around the world that their living conditions, they are really bad and they got worse because of the virus. So any help counts, any donation. Everyone can donate $1, €1. When we stick together, we can get big results.
I think we can. Yes, we can, in a way.
Yes. Luca, thank you so much.
Thank you to you, darling.
Today it was such a pleasure having you, and also sharing. Thank you for sharing your story. It's very interesting that you created this documentary that tells the story of this historical moment in the world.
Thank you so much for this time with me, and I hope all the positivity to you and all the people in the US, of course, and around the world. And I'm pretty sure that we are starting in a new era, and it could be better than before.
Thank you so much,
Grazie.
Luca.
Ciao.
Take care. Ciao.
Take care. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you so much for watching. We will be back live with you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.